Welcome back to my channel. I am Dr. Ferrero and I am an orthopedic surgeon with a particular interest in foot and ankle surgery. First of all, I would like to emphasize that these videos are not intended just for patients but are also intended to support family doctors and physical therapists who wish to provide people with information to better understand their treatment journey. If you think my work could be useful to you or others, please share this channel, which I ask you to subscribe to. When a surgeon implants metal, for example, to stabilize a fracture or correct a foot deformity, patients often ask two questions. Will I have to remove the implanted fixation devices? If you want to know the answer, I invite you to watch the dedicated video at the end of this presentation. The other question, which specifically concerns this video, is, will the implanted plate or screw set off the metal detector at the airport? This is a very common question and it is absolutely normal to ask, especially if you travel frequently. The answer isn't the same for everyone. It depends on the type of implant, the metal it's made of, and even the sensitivity of the metal detectors used at airports. In this document, I'll briefly explain how metal detectors work and which orthopedic implants they can detect. Metal detectors work on the phenomenon of electromagnetism. In other words, they use a coil that functions as both a transmitter and a receiver. The coil sends short, very intense pulses of current, and each pulse generates an instantaneous magnetic field. When the pulse of current ends, the magnetic field rapidly disappears, reversing its polarity and creating an electrical peak. Immediately afterward, a new pulse is triggered. The cycle repeats approximately 100 times per second. If a metal object is present, the magnetic field generated by the transmitter pulse triggers an opposing magnetic field in the metal, which then adds to the first magnetic field, which therefore lasts longer. This creates a sort of magnetic echo. The signal is then sent to an integrator, which amplifies it and converts it into an electrical current that produces the alarm beep. The most advanced metal detectors use multiple pairs of coils, positioned at different heights, allowing them to determine where the metal is located on the body. The sensitivity of these devices is adjustable, ranging from high sensitivity, which detects smaller objects, to low sensitivity, which also reduces false alarms. These magnetic fields do not emit radiation, are not dangerous, and do not affect orthopedic implants. They are therefore safe even for patients with pacemakers or medical implants, pregnant women, or people who fly frequently. When you go to the airport, you can mainly find three types of metal detectors. The first is the classic portal, the one that looks like a door frame. It is called a WTMD, which stands for walk-through metal detector. The second system is the manual metal detector that staff use to more specifically check a specific area of the body. It works on the same principle as the portal, but is more targeted. The third type is the body scanner, which is much more precise than the others, having a much higher resolution. This system is also safe and poses no risk to a metal implant. There are different types of orthopedic metal implants. Some are small, such as the screws or plates used for foot or hand fractures. Others, such as hip or knee replacements or intramedullary nails, are much larger and contain a greater amount of metal. Then there are Kushner wires, cerclages, staples, and, in some cases, external fixators, which are structures that remain outside the body. There are three most commonly used metals in orthopedic surgery. The first is surgical steel, which is durable, reliable, and widely available, but because it contains iron, it is more easily detected by metal detectors. The second is titanium, a lighter, biocompatible, and non-ferromagnetic material. It is very well tolerated and interferes little with controls, although it is more expensive and may be less resistant to torsion during processing. The third type of metal we use is a chromium, cobalt, and molybdenum alloy that is most commonly used in hip and knee replacements. Not all implants trigger the alarm, and this is an important point. The probability of the metal detector sounding depends primarily on the amount of metal. A very large implant, such as a total hip or knee replacement, can have a high probability of being detected. The same is true for long nails inserted into the femur or tibia. Generally speaking, we can say that implants inserted in the pelvis, hips, femur, and tibia have a high probability of triggering the metal detector, while implants inserted in the shoulder, upper arm, and forearm have a medium to medium-high risk. However, all implants inserted in the foot and ankle, except for ankle replacements, have a generally low risk of triggering the alarm. These are, of course, general guidelines and are not absolute rules. It's also possible that implants containing little metal could have been inserted into the femur or tibia, and therefore the risk of triggering the metal detector will be low. The type of alloy also plays a role. Steel and cobalt chromium are more readily recognized, while titanium is much less so. Finally, each airport sets a different sensitivity level, so in some cases the alarm will sound while in others it won't, even with the same implant. This chart summarizes the types of implants used in orthopedics and their associated risk of triggering the metal detector. If the metal detector is activated, the security guard will perform a quick check with the manual metal detector or direct you to the body scanner. The metal detector doesn't damage the implant, move it, or heat it, and doesn't pose any health risks. To make things easier, there are a few helpful tips. First and foremost, always carry a document or card certifying the implant you've received. Typically, after a hip or knee replacement, the hospital will give you a card-like form that you can keep in your wallet, as it's about the size of a credit card. If you want to avoid going through the portal, you can tell the agent in advance that you have an orthopedic implant. If you travel frequently, ask your surgeon for a certificate in English. In any case, there's no need to bring X-rays, as they're not required and are of no use. However, try to arrive early so you can handle any additional checks without rushing. Most people with orthopedic devices can travel without any difficulty. Small implants are almost always undetected, while larger ones, such as hip or knee replacements or nails in the femur or tibia, can trigger an alarm. Thank you for your attention, and I renew my invitation to subscribe to the channel.